Welcome to Numbers Simplified. In this channel, we seek to simplify and solve numerical problems. Today, we'll be looking at simple interest. And this is the Financial Mathematics playlist, so make sure to like, share, and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of our future uploads. This is part 3. You should check out the other parts prior to this. And also, if you are interested in more involving mathematics, check out this playlist that we have covered so far. Now, simple interest is a fixed percentage of the original amount borrowed or invested. The formula is given by I is equals to PRT over 100, where the P is the principal or the original money that is borrowed or invested. R is the interest rate per year. And of course, it can be given per month, per day, but usually we find it per year. Then T is the time in years as well. And also, for the final sum after interest is earned, that will be given by the principal amount that we had plus the interest that is accumulated. So the formula for that would be P plus the PRT over 100. Now, let's look at the first example. So we are given that $1,400 is invested at 4% per annum simple interest. How long will it take for the amount to reach $1,624? The solution. So it's important that we find the information that we're given, because to be able to use the formula, we need to identify each and everything given in the question. For instance, the P, which is the principal, is 1,400, and R, which is the rate of interest, 4% per annum, that's a year. And of course, we are given that the amount that should be the final sum amount, the principal plus the interest, would be $1,624. Great then, so we have this information. Now what we are going to make use of is the final sum formula. Now with that, we have it as given there. Then we substitute for the principal plus the interest, which is $1,624. Then for the principal, we know that that was $1,400. And of course, the P is 1,400. The R, which is the rate of interest, is 4% per annum and over 100. What we don't have is the T. That is the one that we are going to find. So it is easy to see that we have to make T the subject of the formula. Not necessarily the subject of the formula, but rather solve for the T. Now, the easy thing to do now is to move the 1,400 to the other side, which is the left-hand side, so that we have it subtracted from the final sum. Since it crosses the equal sign, then we know that 100 into 1,400 will give us a 14. 14 times 4, we get a 56T. And after that, we are going to get the 224 on the left-hand side. Then the next step would be to divide throughout by 56 so that we get the value of T. So that is what we do there, implying that the T is 4 years. Therefore, the time taken to reach $1,624 is 4 years. Let's take a look at example 2. Right, so we have a personal loan that is $8,000 over 3 years and is meant to be repaid per month and paying out $325. So how much did she pay in total? And I think this one will be easy because one, we know the principal amount is $8,000. The time taken is 3 years. So for A, the total payment will simply be the monthly payment times the time. Now, the monthly payment is $325 and the years is 3, but we know that the payments are being made monthly, so we would need to find out the number of months in 3 years. Therefore, we are going to say 1 year has got 12 months times the 3 years, so that we multiply with the monthly payment. In the end, we get the answer as $11,700. So that is the amount that will be repaid in total. Moving on to the B part. How much interest does she pay in pounds? So the interest paid, this would be the total payment made minus the principal that she borrowed. So we know that the total payment was, from question A, or rather part A, it was 11,700. Then we subtract the 8,000. So that is what we have there, and we are going to get $3,700. Right, so the amount is given in terms of dollars. Of course, you can convert this to pounds, but it will depend on the rate of the pound to the dollar. So I think we'll just stop here for now. And so you can always convert this into pounds. Now let's jump into part C, the simple interest. So now we know the formula for simple interest is I is equals to that. Now we know what we are given. We have the amount of 3,700 as the interest, because that is the interest that is paid out. We have the principal, that is 8,000. We have the time in years, 3 years. So the next thing we do is solve for R. In this situation, it's easy to see that 100 into 8,000 would give us 80. So 80 times 3 would give us 240 times the R, 240 R, and we still have the left-hand side being what it was. Now we divide the left-hand side with 240 so that we get the value of R. Then we get the answer of 15.4%. Therefore, the interest rate is 15.4%. So if you have made it thus far, I say congratulations to you, and I'll leave you with the following task. Make sure to write your questions and your answers in the comment section. Subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of our future uploads. Thank you once again for watching Numbers Simplified. And remember, God loves you.